Hello and welcome back to my channel for another plan with me. Yes, guys, we are doing a plan with me. I know it has been quite a long time since I've gotten one of these up on my channel, and I am so excited to jump into this spread and share all of the fun things that I did in here with you. But first, if this is your first time joining, thank you so much for checking out my channel. Feel free to scroll through and find other videos as well. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and drop a comment below. Let me know what your favorite part is. And if you could, I would love it if you subscribe to my channel. Thanks so much. Let's dive in. All right. I feel like it has been so long since I've done a plan with me that even just doing the intro, I'm like, how do I do this again? So please bear with me throughout this video. I think I did forget to introduce myself in the beginning. My name is Cassie. If this happens to be your first time, seeing my channel, seeing one of my videos, my name is Cassie. I am Sweet Like Honey Plans here on Instagram, as well as, here on YouTube, as well as over on Instagram. And I share all kinds of planner content on here and on my planner Instagram. I am trying to get up more plan with me's like what I'm doing today, but a lot of what I've been sharing lately here have been hauls where I show you all the fun things I've bought and haven't had time to use lately, but I'm working on that. I also share things like my kit lineup and kind of shop with me's, that type of thing. So check it out. There might be something else if this isn't your jam. Maybe there's something else on my channel that is, but I'm always open for feedback on videos that you guys would like to see. So feel free to drop me a comment. Let me know what you want to see in the future here. I do want to just, let's start with this spread here. So typically my plan with me is I'm starting from scratch. I show you guys the kit, all of that stuff. This time I actually started this spread on a live with Danny. If you're not familiar, Danny from Danny with a Planny. She is Danny with a Planny here on YouTube as well as over on Instagram. But Danny and I are doing a series of lives and we are calling it Sidebar Conversations. Kind of thought it would be a fun play on words. I'm literally doing a sidebar here. If you're in the planner world, you know, this is a sidebar. We thought it would be kind of funny to do a little play on that word and like the fact that when you have a sidebar conversation, it's about something that's kind of like, a side topic. So we are doing a series of lives. We try to do at least one a month. It's been about once a month and we will invite people in for different topics. But our whole goal is really just to engage with the community. We had a lot of fun on the first live we did. I think maybe the first 2 or 3 we did weren't part of this. And then we decided to kind of like make a name for it and make it a regular thing. So sorry, as soon as I start talking, my voice is trying to go out on me here. So sorry for the interruptions. But yeah, we started Sidebar Conversations and basically we get on, we do plan with me's in a live and we hang out with all of you guys and chat and it is such a good time. And I always leave there just feeling like energized and ready to do more planning. So this particular spread, I did start on a live with Danny, and I believe I did this back in September, you guys. I know it's literally May 2nd as I'm recording this voiceover, so I should get this up on my YouTube channel within a day or two here. I just got to make the graphic for it now, the thumbnail graphic. So I'm sorry this has taken me so long. This spread was one of my absolute favorites. I really love this kit. So the kit that I am using for this is From Letters to Apollo. I can't remember the name of it. Maybe I'll see it when I start pulling it out for the boxes. Unfortunately, this kit is no longer available in her shop as she did kind of outsource like the actual, production of her kits now to Sadies Stickers. So when she made that transition, she had to not use any of her old files. So you can't pick this kit up, I'm sorry. But a lot of the other things in the spread you can. So, and it came out really pretty, if I might say so myself. So I still wanted to share this with you guys and get this plan with me up, even though it's super late. So let me just kind of explain a little bit, I guess, about what I did in the base that you kind of can see there. So one of the things I really love in the planner community is that we have a lot of journaling kits and add-ons in our kits now, as everybody's style has kind of evolved into a little bit more of a journaly style. And I love that there are so many different add-ons now. And so I don't remember if these little torn paper things came in the kit or if they were part of the journaling kit. But up in the, date cover area there, you can see in the corner, I did use like a torn paper corner. Those have been around for some time now. I really just thought it would be fun to I put one in the top right corner, like or top left, I'm sorry, top left corner, and then kind of the bottom right corner of the date cover area. You can kind of see it peeking in there. There we go. Letters to Apollo. Is it going to tell me what is the name of this kit? Oh, Becoming? I think it's Becoming. Yes, because the quote box says something about that. Yeah, the quote box says, you owe it to yourself to become everything you've ever dreamed of being. So I think it was something like Becoming. And I thought this was appropriate for that season of my life. I don't remember exactly why, but I think it was right around this time when I got my promotion into senior manager. So I think that's why I was like, this kind of works, because I'm, you know, going up in my, you know, role here, and, you know, you owe it to yourself to become everything that you ever dreamed of being, right? I don't know. It felt appropriate. And it's a beautiful fall kit, and I felt like it was a really good, like, beginning of fall kit. So, anyway, let's talk through date covers while I tried to edit this down, you guys, because literally this took me so long to figure out my box placement. I'm really happy with how it came out, but it took me forever to get to that decision. So while I am being indecisive on the camera, I will walk you through the date cover area that you can kind of see. Basically what I did there, like I said, I pulled the torn paper in, and then I used some of the little foiled, I don't know what they're called, like edges maybe. They're like, they go with the torn papers. And Sadies Stickers had come out with a bunch of them. I think it was a collab with Danny, actually, because Danny was cutting up like different dividers to go underneath the torn papers. And so then her and Alicia did a collab and came out with a bunch of different like little edges that would go underneath there. So I did pick one of those that was like a kind of a leafy type of pattern, but it wasn't overly like spring or summer, and I felt like it really went with the vibe of this kit. This kit is also foiled in rose gold, just in case it's hard to see on the camera. So I layered that underneath the edges there on both ends of the date cover area. And then I really wanted to bring in a lot of the alcohol ink swatches. Those were another add-on from the kit, and you can see them in my sidebar, and also up in the date cover area. I just threw a bunch of them in there. That was really inspired by Jess from Lustrous Plans / one of the owners of Papertrail Plans. She was doing a lot of spreads where she was just like putting in a bunch of alcohol ink swatches everywhere. And I thought it was such a cool look. And I felt like there were so many pretty colors in this kit that like there was like such pretty soft pastels, but mixed with like the bright, vibrant fall colors. And so I thought it would be fun to just tie in those soft colors that were in the alcohol ink swatches and just kind of splatter it throughout the spread. So I did just start by layering all of the alcohol ink just kind of throughout the date cover area. And then for the days of the week, it became a little bit trickier because of the torn paper. I kind of had to like that, and I think the way that I did the florals and all that. So my days of the week are a little bit like one's closer to the column and then one's up higher. It kind of went like every other one. I've never done anything like that before. I typically will like keep them all kind of standard, whether they're in a row or whatever I'm doing. But I don't know, I'm okay with the way it came out. I feel like it was kind of playful because I have a bunch of like leaves blowing in the wind kind of looking up there. And I feel like having the days of the week kind of also like not in a consistent row just goes with that fun playfulness. I don't know. Tell me if you agree or if I'm crazy. The other thing that I did, I forgot to mention in the torn paper in the corner, I used the foil, and then I also tucked under some of the like washi, I think it was the washi, maybe it was just maybe I just cut the floral bouquets in half. It's either that or like the washi strip of florals, but I layered that underneath the foil as well. So it was kind of like a double layer underneath the torn paper. So yeah, I like the way that it came out, and I put the month just up in the upper left-hand corner. I think it's already on here. Yeah, I did line the entire like outside of the spread. So outside the sidebar, up at the top of the column, and then on the right-hand side, and then actually along like in between the bottom washi strips, I used these dainty, I think it's called Dainty Dot Scallop Washi maybe from Sadies Stickers. I used that. I really love how that came out. I basically lined like all the way through the torn paper and then kind of like left it throughout the rest of the date covers. I don't know. You can kind of see it there. But anyway, I just love how that came out. And then underneath like where all the days of the week were, I used that same divider or strip. I think I used dividers on that one. Because so Sadies Stickers has like the washi strips and the dividers that match. So I kind of use like the long strips and then also use some of the dividers depending on where I was putting it. But I really loved that look. I felt like the daintiness of that matched like the lighter, kind of more airy feel to that side of the kit. I don't know. Tell me if I'm making any sense to you guys. I told you, please bear with me. But I'm trying to like describe what it is that like, I don't know, I just felt like it really matched well. So there's the washi strips that I was talking about, like the longer, like the trims, and then the long floral washi strips. So, okay, what do we want to jump into next here? The tilted boxes. Let's talk about that. I did tilt the boxes on the left side and the right side. I like to have symmetry in my spreads. If you've never watched a plan with me before, then or listened to many of my haul videos, then you might not know, but I really love when I have symmetry in my spreads. So if I do tilted boxes on one side, I am going to do tilted boxes on the other side. So I did that, but I kind of like on the right hand side put them up a little bit higher so they weren't like exactly in the same spot or exactly opposite, but they still are creating that, visual flow, if you will, of, tilted on one side, tilted on the other. Tilted box wise, we actually did an episode on this, Danny and I. And typically when I'm doing this, let me know in the comments if you've tried this trend and if you like it, if you struggle with it, any of that. We do have an episode on that. And I believe Danny has most of our episodes uploaded to YouTube now. Maybe at some point we'll do a YouTube live instead of an Instagram live. We'll see. But I know that's something that, some people in the community struggle with a little bit because it is outside of the box, literally, and it's a little bit different. But for me, whenever I'm doing a tilted box type of thing, I will typically tilt one of the floral ones and kind of use that as like an anchor, like putting that underneath another box. And so that's basically what I did in this spread was, the floral underneath and then one of the more like scene boxes on the top. And I try to layer it in such a way that I don't hide too much of the pattern of the floral because I really love all of the boxes. Most of the kits that I buy, I fall in love with because of the full boxes. And so I want to see all the beauty, but I love the layered look. So I really try to be strategic in how I place those boxes, which if you watch the beginning of this video, you can see I took a while to figure out what that was going to look like. Sometimes it takes a long time. I tried to edit out some of it, but also leave a little bit of it in so you could have some idea of like the process that I go through. I don't know. Let me know too. Do you like seeing the process or would you prefer for me to edit that out and then like, bam, we already have the decision made? I always struggle with, do you actually want to see that? Or like, is that helpful for you? I don't know. So let me know what your thoughts are. Okay. The tilted boxes, I am layering. Oh my gosh. I am lining those with dividers. They're the same dividers that match the like long washi strips that I used on the outside of the spread. I really, really loved the way this looked. And so I just kept it all consistent throughout the spread and used the same dividers. They are the dainty dot scallop? I don't know. They're in Sadies Stickers Basics collection. That's all you need to know. They're in there. So if you go to Sadies Stickers website and look in her foiled basics, you should see those still in there. She does not do $2 Tuesday anymore. So the really nice thing with that is that now all the foiled items are still in there. So you can actually go and get a lot of the things without having to wait for like that theme or whatever to come back around or for a bring back. So kind of loving that. Okay, so I do want to mention, since this spread, a lot of shops now have full box liners. So Papertrail Plans, I believe, was the first one that came out with that, and that was such an amazing idea. I actually have them on my freebie with her shop now, but those are basically like, one full width and length of a box, of a full box. So that way you can put it on there. You could use one for each if you wanted. So you can use a total of 2, or you could just use 1 depending on how you're layering your boxes. But the edges are already on there. If you were to look super close on the spread, like I am right now, you can see where the dividers that I use, like some of them didn't entirely, match up at the edge. I'll usually just throw like a piece of deco or something on there to kind of cover the gap in that. But it's a lot of cutting up when I'm using dividers. I will still do that because I love that, for like certain things that maybe there aren't full box liner options for, but it's really, really great to have the full box liner option. So if you're interested in finding those that are kind of ready-made for you, you can check out Papertrail Plans. The Pretty Pink Co. has them now, and Pandabird Design has some like edges. They're not like a full liner like that, but there are some edges that are really cool. I'm trying to think who else, but I think those are the main ones. I believe Sadies Stickers just came out with some too. So Just definitely check those out. Also, just a little plug, I put all my discount codes in the description, but a lot of these shops that I will be talking about in here, I do have discount codes for, as I PR for a lot of these shops. Absolutely adore so many of these shop owners, and I'm so, so honored and grateful to be on their PR teams. And as a result of that, I have discount codes for you, so that's exciting. So if you have not checked out the description and you want some discount codes, they are linked in the description of every one of my videos, and they are also linked on my Instagram in my little bio with all my links. So just plugging that in there for you. Okay, let's talk through a little bit of the day-to-day, because it looks like I am laying things down. You guys, I still haven't written in this spread yet. Does anybody else feel like when you write in it, you ruin it? I don't know. I do. I need to do that, and I will, because at the end of the video, I like to do like a little pan over with my writing in it of what I did. So I will get over it and do that. But as I'm filming this or doing the voiceover, I did not write things in. So please bear with me. I have to refer back to my notebook where I wrote things in and figure out what I actually put on here. Also, if you did not see when I was just yapping away there, one thing that I've learned, I think I did it in this, yeah, I definitely did it in this video, with the alcohol ink swatches. Jess from Lustrous Plans actually was the one who I learned this from. But if you use a flat edge, I was using the edge of my tweezers, but if you use a flat edge when you're like rubbing the alcohol ink swatch in, it makes the color so much better. Like it really makes it pop. I will warn you, they're really hard to get up after that. So just know that you're leaving it in that spot if you are going to rub it in like that, because it ain't going anywhere afterwards. So, yeah, just be careful where you're putting them. But I really, really love like the saturation that you get with that. See there, I just did it there. Okay, let's talk through the plans. I didn't even talk about the sidebar. Holy crap. We'll go back to that. All right. So Monday, let's see. What did we do Monday? So it looks like I was driving somebody somewhere. So, oh, I did a car wash. So I love what I did on that. I used a little car icon from Crafts by Towie. And then I got some little bubbles. I think those were from the Pretty Pink Co. The Pretty Pink Co. or Sadies Stickers. I used some little bubbles like from one of their like beachy, you know, ocean things, because it looked like car wash bubbles, right? So that was to mark that I went and got my car wash that Monday. I had the day, oh, it was Labor Day. I was like, I had the day off. I slept in until 11, it says in my notes, which is lovely. And then I went and got my car wash. And then let's see. I also had to take my son to practice. I'm like, what else did I put in here? I meal planned, but I don't think I have that in here. I finished a spread. I did some Instagram stories. So I think that was, I filmed. I think that's why I had that little camera there. That is an icon from Crafts by Towie. And then in the middle, I had the laptop. I'm guessing that was maybe my meal planning. I'm not exactly sure. I'm going to have to figure out what I'm going to write in there, but I wrote something in there. So, and then this was actually the day that Alicia invited me to be on the Sadies Stickers PR team, you guys. So that was super exciting. Maybe that's what I wrote the laptop in there for. I was so excited. Getting on Sadies Stickers PR team has been like a low key, I didn't ever like talk about it out loud, but would love to be on her team kind of thing, like goals, right? So when she asked me, I was like, oh my gosh, I have arrived. I have made it. Alicia wants me on her PR team. I'm so excited. So that was really, really incredible for me. So Monday, September 4th was a really great day. I feel like in the Mean Girls when she like writes in her diary, on this day, this happened. Oh man. Okay. So the 4th was a really great day. And then on September 5th, so obviously going back to work that day. So I pulled in a box from the Pandabird Design and Gathered Plans. It's called Gathered Layers, the collection. I pulled in one of those cute little scallop circle boxes with the garland. And then I layered that with some florals and a little alcohol ink swatch underneath. I used a scrubs icon from Crafts by Towie. I do manage a dental office, and so I wear scrubs every day, at least right now. I think I'm going to start wearing business casual soon, but for right now I wear scrubs. So I did pick up those icons from her so that I could use that because I just think they're adorable. Perfect way to mark work for me. And then underneath the little scrubs there, I pulled in a little swirl. What is it? A flourish. I think it's called a flourish. That is also from the Gathered Layers collection. It is my most favorite flourish ever to grace the planner community. I am obsessed. It is a very dainty line with tiny, tiny, dainty dots above it. I do not understand how on earth she foils them that dainty, but it's amazing, and I want them in every spread. So I pulled that in. Sometimes it's hard for me with the circles to figure out like how to cause or like create separation between that and the next thing without like, I don't know, because it's a circle, right? And I'm going into a rectangle. So I feel like those flourishes are a perfect way to kind of like smooth out that circle and move into something else. So I use that there. And then underneath that, I did just use a box from the kit and the little, I don't know, is it like plaid? Is that what you'd call it? I think so. It's another gathered layers. You're sensing a theme here, right? Lots of gathered layers. It's another one of those items from Pandabird Design. And I use that to kind of have like something foil underneath just to add some, I don't know, visual interest. Used a Crafts by Towie context icon. I did not have a foiled one, so I just added a foiled bow from my newest addiction on that little unfoiled icon to just create some foil on it. And then I do have, like throughout the spread, I have a bunch of leaves that are from Sadies Stickers, I believe. They're either Sadies Stickers or Pretty Pinko or a combination of both, but I think they are Sadies Stickers. So there's just a ton of those kind of spread throughout. The contacts, I just marked that was it that I changed out my contacts? Let's see. Nope, I had to take the boys to the eye doctor. So I had work. I took the boys to the eye doctor during my lunch. And then I had to pick up my son from football practice. And so the box underneath there, also from the kit, I used the little icon from Crafts by Towie to mark that I was picking Abel up from football. And then after that, I used the little editing. That's another Crafts by Towie. Again, sensing a theme here. I was editing a plan with me. Might have been this one. No, because I just edited this one. It must have been an old one. But I was editing a plan with me, so I used that icon with a box from the kit to mark that. And then, let's see. Okay, Wednesday. Catching up, you guys, slowly but surely. Finishing Wednesday on the screen, but I'm still talking through it here. Okay, so Wednesday, September 6th, I did put the quote box at the top. I really like putting the quote box on like Wednesday or Thursday. I know most people put them in their sidebar, but I don't know. I really love my quote box in the middle. Let me know where you put your quote box if you do spreads. I would like to know. Okay, so Wednesday I had work and I used a little, like an arch box, if you will, from the kit. And then what I did with that one, because it didn't have any foil and I wanted to add some interest to that, I brought in a foiled art from Papertrail Plans. They have those in their shop, and they actually have like a kind of like a sketched box version of those now. And I love, love, love having those on hand. I use them in almost every single spread. For any like plain boxes or midi boxes, I can bring in a foiled box to put on top of it and layer. And it just adds an element of like, I don't know, just pretty. It's foil, you guys. So I put that over top of that. And then I used another Crafts by Towie icon with a laptop just to mark work. And on the side of the arch box there, I had some alcohol ink, like swatches, and some florals, and then just more blowing leaves, because the whole spread has blowing leaves, and I'm obsessed. Underneath that, I used a box from the kit with another one of those gathered layers, plaid. I guess I'm going to call it plaid. I think it's like layered plaid or something like that. Little foiled deco. We're going to go deco. And then I used a football icon from my newest addiction that is unfoiled and added a my newest addiction foiled bow. And then after that, that was to mark that I was picking up my son from football. And then after that, I made dinner. I don't always make dinner, you guys. Typically, my husband makes dinner because I'm usually the one running around getting the kids and all that stuff. But I made dinner, and so I used that oval box is actually from Letters to Apollo. I think it was one of her $2 Tuesdays, maybe $2 Holla, a long time ago. But I really like how I put the florals on either like side of that and kind of framed that oval box with that. And then added in a White Deer Stationery little stovetop icon with some, it's like a little cooking dinner icon. And then another bow from my newest addiction. And then just that little leaf flourish from Sadies Stickers. So that was what I did on Wednesday. And then Thursday, flip my notebook pages here. So Thursday, obviously work again. Maybe someday I won't mark work in my planner, but being in an A5 wide, I feel like there's enough space in there where I kind of need to take some stuff up. So I don't know. I've been marking work, and for now I plan to keep doing that. So Like I mentioned earlier, I like to have symmetry. So usually I'll like skip kind of every other box if I'm doing that, but because we were on a second page, I basically mirrored what I did on Wednesday for Thursday with work, where I used another arch box and the same icon, but on the opposite side, so it mirrors itself. Same thing for football, and I really like that. I feel like, I don't know, it looks good, so I'm here for it. Underneath that, another box from the kit. Like I said, I just kind of mirrored the exact same thing from Wednesday. And then my day was a little bit different at the end of the day, so I did pull in some different boxes. I still pulled in another of the same style from those like kind of fancier boxes that I think were from a $2 hauler from Letters to Apollo. But I had more to put in there, so I had to do 2 boxes. So I pulled that in with the laptop, and let's see, what was I doing there? 1 second, hold please. Okay, should have known. What was I doing? I did more work. Okay, so after I picked up my son and got dinner and all that stuff, it was the beginning of, well, actually, it was actually September 7th, but because it had been a holiday weekend, I have a lot of things I have to do at the end of the month in my job / beginning of the next month. And then payroll was happening. So I worked for a few hours at home, did some payroll stuff and updated hours for like our end of month numbers. And then I also had posted on Instagram stories, and I made a reel. It looks like, wow, look at me doing things back then. I'm going to get back into that, you guys, but apparently I was doing it then, so that's good. So I used a little Instagram icon. The computer icon was White Deer Stationery, and the Instagram icon is Crafts by Towie. I love those Instagram icons. So cute. And then I went to bed late. So that was Thursday night. And then, oh my gosh, I'm caught up, you guys. Look at that. I'm actually still putting all that on there right now. Okay. Before I jump into Friday, I'm going to skip back over to Sidebar. I know this is totally out of order, but it's okay. We're getting back in the swing of things. So I'm going to skip to the Sidebar. We'll come back to Friday. So in my Sidebar, which you can barely even see in the screen as I'm talking about it, but you saw me in the beginning doing it. So the Sidebar, I wanted to try like a scene Sidebar. I don't think I had tried a scene prior to this. And I really was liking how people were doing that and bringing in like fashion dolls. And I don't really have fashion dolls. I had this one sheet from my newest addiction, and I thought that this girl kind of looked like, you know, a city girl or whatever. And this kit looks like it's, I think maybe Paris is the Eiffel Tower's in there. So I felt like that girl really went with the vibe of the kit. Like she looks like she's like, you know, strolling in some sort of park in the fall. So I brought her in and then kind of built my scene around that. So I had just gotten in these little like stone deco pieces, like foil things from Sadies Stickers. And so I pulled in like a grayish alcohol ink swatch to kind of make it look like there was like a sidewalk, and then put the little stone deco, the foil deco over that. And then put some like by her feet and then some behind her a little bit. And then I pulled in a bench, and I really love, I had to get creative with this because I wasn't sure how to do it. I actually cut that bench. If you saw it in the beginning, I cut it. And so there's like a huge gap behind her, but nobody knows, right? Because it's behind her and you can't see behind her. So it actually looks like there's a really long bench behind her. And then I added in like a little pile of leaves. I think I added that in. Maybe that was already part of the bench. It might have been because there's, I think it was already on there because there's like actually pumpkins as well. I think that was on a freebie maybe. I don't know. It was super cute and perfect for this. So I pulled in the bench behind her to kind of look like she was like standing in front of that. And then I pulled in some trees. I believe those were from the Pretty Pink Co. From a $2 Tuesday that I had picked up. And so I brought in some to kind of try to give that some dimension. And then behind that, I brought in some foiled mountains. And I think those were the Pretty Pink Co. Either that or Letters to Apollo. They might have been both. I pulled those in to kind of make look like maybe there were some mountains in the background, and then some little like foil pine trees. And those look, excuse me, those look like they're a little bit more in the distance. So I was trying to create like depth within that, which I'm still just learning how to do. And so I don't know. I feel like it came out good. Maybe there's still room for improvement, but I feel like it came out well. And then I used a bunch of little like clusters of like little seagulls and birds in the sky. And I had put some alcohol ink swatches behind there to just kind of make it look like almost like a sunsetting kind of evening sky. So the only other thing that I added in that sidebar, I used a little lace like torn paper thing from Letters to Apollo and then layered behind it just some little foil, like a foil strip from Sadies Stickers. All right, I've already made it all the way through Friday and I'm still talking about the sidebar. So let's talk about Friday. So Friday, I did have to go to work. I don't typically work on Fridays in the office. It's more like my admin day, but looks like I had to go to work that day. I am just reading my notes from my day. Looks like I had an overwhelming day. That's what it looks like, but we'll talk about the pretty parts, not about the overwhelmingness of my day that day. I did another one of those, like I said before, I brought in, I like to kind of mirror things. And so I brought in another one of the Gathered Layers circle scallop boxes with the Crafts by Towie Scrubs icon. Did it kind of opposite of what it was on Tuesday. So it is mirroring. I know I've said that word a lot. And then underneath that, I brought in one of the fancy square boxes from the kit, used a little icon from Crafts by Towie. I believe that was, let's see. Yep, I did a voiceover for the plan with me that I had edited earlier. So that was to mark that. And then let's see, I had to take my son and his friend to a Friday night on White. So in the next town over from us, they have like the first Friday of every month throughout like summer into fall. They have like, they shut down one of the main streets and they have a bunch of vendors and food trucks and all that. And this is where all the teenagers want to go. I mean, way more than teenagers, but this is where the teenagers like to be. So I drove him and his friend there to go hang out with all of their friends. And I marked that with just a little Crafts by Towie car icon and a box from the kit. And I layered some of the florals from the kit and an alcohol ink swatch. And I actually did the alcohol ink swatch kind of over the box. And I really like how that came out. Typically, I don't do that, but tried it and I really liked it. So that came out good. And then underneath that, I used another scallop fancy oval box from the kit. And that icon, I believe, was from, I want to say the Pretty Pink Co. She doesn't do icons very often, so I think it's an old icon that I have, but I believe that's the Pretty Pink Co. And that was to mark, I believe, yep, I uploaded the plan with me to YouTube. So probably the last plan with me that I did, that I did upload. Oh, you guys, I'm so behind, but it's okay. Life happens, and I will get back around to doing this more regularly, but I'm going to have to look now. I'm pretty sure that was probably the last plan with me video that I posted. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I feel like there's not that many people that are doing plan with me's anymore either. So like when I'm going to watch them, I feel like I'm rewatching old videos from people because I'm missing plan with me. So if you're somebody who's considering starting a channel, it is a lot of work, but please start a channel. I would love to come and watch your channel. So drop your handle below if you do have one so that I can subscribe to your channel and come watch your videos as well. All right, so Saturday, this was one of the really fun things that I did. I love the top box on Saturday. So I used this beautiful box from the kit. It's basically like a half box with some florals in it. And I am so glad. I don't know if you saw, I think I kept it in the video, where I had a different box there and then I pulled it up and put this one down. And I'm so glad I did. I just feel like it added so much to the spread, which is kind of weird, right? Because it's just a box, but I don't know. I feel like it just added another element to it. So I love it. But I put that box in and then I brought in a little rain cloud from White Deer Stationery. And I can't remember if this is the first time I've done this or if I did it in other spreads, but I took a bunch of tiny little dots from Sadies Stickers and I put them in where the rain is in the icon so that where it's like raining, it has little foiled rain. And I think that's so fun. I just love how that came out. And I used that, let's see, it must have been a rainy day. This is Saturday. Sorry, I'm thinking it's Friday. It's Saturday. Okay, so Saturday, oh, it was thunder since before 8 a.m. So this, I remember this. This was such a lovely morning, you guys. I got to sleep in. It was raining. You know those mornings where you wake up and like it's raining and thundering, which is weird. It doesn't usually thunder in the morning, I feel like. I don't know. Is that weird to thunder in the morning? I feel like it is. I feel like here in North Carolina, it's like the thunderstorms are typically at night where like the humidity is built up throughout the day. But I woke up to thunderstorms and then my husband, who's normally out of bed way before me, was still in bed too. And so we were kind of just like laying in bed and we got to lay there and have really good conversation while like the cool breeze was coming in through the window. And it was just an amazing morning. So I really needed that after a stressful Friday. So I was really thankful for that lovely morning. And then underneath that, there wasn't a ton of room because of the tilted box. So I just added an alcohol ink swatch. And then that icon, I believe, was also Crafts by Towie. And it's like an Instagram, it's like a phone with an Instagram icon. Oh, baseball got canceled. Yes, that's why we got to lay in bed and talk, because baseball got canceled. And I was like, yes, that is amazing. I love watching my husband play baseball, but it was so nice to just like have a moody day with the rain and all of that. So I did get to do a live. I don't remember, I don't think it was one with Danny, but that's why I used that little phone with the Instagram icon. And then underneath that, I brought in another one of those kind of fancy scallop boxes. I went to the movies with Brian, and we saw My Big Fat Greek Wedding 3, which was so fun. I really loved that movie. God, I can't believe it's been that long since we saw that. Holy cow. It doesn't feel like it was that long ago, you guys. But I used a popcorn icon from White Deer Stationery to mark that because, of course, we get popcorn while we're at the movies. And then underneath that, I just use a little swatch from the kit. And that little TV icon is actually from Christine's Paper Studio, who sadly is no longer open. She had gotten pregnant. I wonder how she's doing because that was a long time ago. And I'm sure she's got an adorable little boy by now. But that was a TV from there. And I just used that to mark that we watched The Chosen that night. Basically until we fell asleep on the couch. So that was our Saturday, which was lovely. And then Sunday, we had church in the morning. So I used a little box from the kit that already had florals built into it and a Bible icon from White Deer Stationery. And anytime I use White Deer Stationery, I will bring in a bow for those icons. So it has a little bit of foil, and that one was from Miss and Meow. Or not Miss and Meow, I'm sorry, My Newest Addiction. She has a great sheet with lots of different bows. I'm running out of time. Sorry, I didn't finish what I'm talking about. I always do this, and I even talk fast. Okay, underneath that, I used another scallop box from the kit, and I did that to mark that I did a live with Mariah, which was so fun, and I started a spread. So Mariah is from Mariah's Imperfect Plans. She also has a channel here and posts a lot of Plan With Me's and videos, so make sure you check her out. Underneath that, I used another, that actually was My Newest Addiction church icon. We took the boys to church for youth group and took my son's girlfriend home. And then underneath that, I used another White Deer Stationery icon and layered another one of those Papertrail Plans boxes over a box from the kit. And I just used that to mark that I cleaned the kitchen. I used a little dirty dishes icon, which was fun. Looks like I made some peanut butter cookie dough too. That sounds fun. And then I did have to pick up the boys, but I ran out of room. So I just marked that I took like all the things shower. That's what I'm marking. Oh, look, see, I caught up. Look at that. I was so worried about it. There's the little icon from White Deer Stationery. And I bought those specifically to mark like when I'm doing my all the things showers, self-care shower, whatever you want to call it, where I wash my hair and shave and do all the things. So I used that icon and then just brought in some more of like the little leaves and little dot clusters and all that. So you'll kind of see me going back through right now with all the little single dots and the dot clusters. Typically when I do a spread, I kind of like go back through at the end and add in a little bit more foil just to add some pops of wherever I feel like I'm missing something. All right, so I think we made it through all of the things in the spread. So I'm just kind of showing you a little wiggle here. Love, love, love these colors. I just think it's so pretty with like the light florals mixed in with those bright fall colors. So good. This is what's left over in the kit. Not a ton, actually used quite a bit from the kit. That is going to wrap it up for this Plan With Me, you guys. Thanks so much for hanging with me. Here's a quick pan over of the spread after I've got everything written in here. I do have a couple scripts in here from Papertrail Plans. I am also on their PR team, so check for a code below if you are interested in getting some of those yourself. But thanks again, you guys, for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this Plan With Me, and I look forward to being back and hanging out with you guys in the next one. Bye.